Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I wanted to pop on and talk about androgens and some issues that you can be experiencing if you have a problem with your androgens. You might be like, well, androgens, that sounds fancy. What does that mean? Do I need to worry about this? I have some of these things. I have all of these things. What do I do next? Here's what you do next. You can go in the comments here, boom, boom, learn how to work more one-on-one with me so that we can take a look at exactly what's happening with your system, with your body, because I feel like I've heard this from, at least a dozen different gals in the past week. And the hard thing about this is if you're like, okay, I'm having acne, right? I am having acne. It is definitely hormonal acne. It is like deep cystic acne. It's painful. Like sometimes you can't even see it on the surface, but I know it's there. I can feel it. And it's right along my jawline, or it creeps up into my cheeks. Sometimes it's in the neck. Sometimes you feel like it gets into your shoulders. You're like, what the heck? I know this is hormonal acne. So I'm looking it up. What do I do? Different face things, all that other stuff. Sure, but if it's a hormonal issue, it's coming from the inside. And if you're not helping your hormones, you're not going to be able to get rid of that acne and keep it gone. And then there's other lymphatic things too that we talk about, because it's important to be draining the lymph from your body, because that is where hormone is also stored. And if you're not moving the lymph, it doesn't move. It doesn't move. Yeah. So these are all things that you learn. But the hard thing with this is that you can, like, again, look it up, Google it, and say, oh, I have this acne issue, right? Chin, jawline, it's painful, all these things. I must have high testosterone. Of course. Sure. Yeah. You're thinking that makes sense. What can I do to help decrease that, work with that, liver support? Okay, I'm going to try these things. And maybe you try these things and maybe that sort of helps, but you're also thinking, gosh, I also have a decreased libido. But when I Google that shows that's from a decreased testosterone in my body. Yes, women have testosterone. You should have a certain amount for your system. And it helps with some of these things, right? And you're like, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. Yes, there are specific hormone pathways. And so when I work with women in more of a one-on-one setting, one of the things that we do is hormone testing. We do androgen testing. And here are some of the things that we look at. So this is an example of a result that I would see on a test that would give you some of these results, right? It would show right here in the androgens box, see how this testosterone is low, and then you're looking at these other androgen breakdowns and they're really imbalanced and really high there, right? Now this isn't the case for everybody, but this is just an example of something that I see a lot of the time. And women are like, yeah, oh my gosh, I'm experiencing both symptoms of a high and a low. What's happening? And that's what's happening. You're not crazy. It's not in your head. It's not that you're not eating clean enough, right? Because we all go to that. Am I not drinking enough water? Am I not just eating clean enough? Should I do this? Should I do that? Blah, blah, blah. Sure, right? Like, of course, but these are the key things to really look at. And if you're not addressing what your system needs, oh my gosh, you can go years struggling with this issue. I chatted with a gal. It's been over 4 years. 4 years. She has been struggling with these issues, not able to get a result. And when we went over her test, I was like, yeah, this is why. This is exactly what. She's like, oh, thank gosh there's an answer. And thank goodness I'm getting the right result moving forward, right? The other couple of things that go along with this is that it also makes you really emotional. Hormotional. Because it's from hormones. It's not funny. It's not funny when it happens, because you can't control it. You can't control your response. You have no control over how your body works here. It literally is like you get kicked out of the driver's seat and all of a sudden you're reacting, responding to things, and you're like, I don't like this. I don't feel like this, but I'm just rah. Like somebody makes a loud noise and you're rah. I'm not that person. I don't really feel like that. Why am I reacting like that? You're having these emotional mood swings that are just outside of your control, right? And it goes along with, again, the hormones that we look at and hormones that we test for. So women who work with me in more of a one-on-one setting, really getting to the bottom of what the issues are, we do testing, we do other things to make sure that your system is functioning as well as it can, right? This is also something that, and again, I have a book called The Female Menopause Solution. This is on Amazon. But what's really fascinating is that a lot of women who think that the mood swing piece of it only comes around if you have a cycle. And they're like, I've been through menopause. I don't have a cycle. How can this be an issue? It's your other androgens. It's other androgens in your system. That's the problem. Yeah. Yeah, that's where that's coming from. These other hormones that are in your system. Yeah, that's fun, right? One other really fun thing that just kind of goes along with this, cravings. Like crazy cravings. Crazy cravings that you just cannot control. Crazy cravings that completely, again, take over. Just like this, right? Just like this. So these are things, again, that I talk about, that I work with. Oh, was this last week? I had a call with a gal last week. This was one of the things we'd been working on for her for the past 10 weeks-ish. Yeah, about 10 weeks. So funny. First thing she says on the phone when I get on the phone with her, she goes, so my husband says thank you. And I was like, okay. What's going on? Right? Libido increase. This is one of those things that a lot of women want their libido to increase. You want to feel normal. You want to feel good in your body. You want to have your body react and respond. They're like, yeah, I love my husband and I do want to be with him. Just like I get tired and then that's it for me and I can't get going. Why? Right? Your hormones are completely out of whack. It's a technical term, right? They're not balanced, your body's not processing them correctly, so it throws things off and you have these symptoms on both ends of the spectrum, which is so confusing, and then you don't know where to go, right? And anything that you do to help try and improve that, it doesn't really solve the problem, because again, you're not looking at the right issue here. But it's the same thing with these cravings. You're like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm getting rid of all the sugar in the house, or I'm trying not to eat sugar. But when these things hit you, it's just like the mood swings. You are not in the driver's seat anymore. You get kicked out of the driver's seat and something else is driving, and it's those hormones. That hormone imbalance is driving. It's super frustrating. But by working on the right things, so it takes a couple of things. One, it takes, eating for your hormones in your cycle. Sometimes I'll recommend seed cycling to help, again, sync your nutrition and other things with your hormones and your body, right? If you're in menopause, there's other protocols that we have to layer in and add in as well. And then I'll also add in the right protocol for you to help these hormones, right? To help this breakdown be more balanced. It has to be more balanced. I know these dials and things, it looks really extensive, but essentially the way your body processes things down the chain is off, and we have to get it balanced so your body works correctly. Otherwise it can't balance on its own. How does it get like this? Myriad of things, right? If you have kids, or you've been on birth control, or you've had toxin exposure, stress. Oh, stress makes this so much worse. Sorry, I'm yelling, but it does. It makes it 10 times worse. That's the other really tough thing. So again, this is not something that you can just, I'm going to eat super clean and that's going to take care of it, or I'm going to work out harder and that's going to take care of it, right? No, there's so much more to it. There's so much more to it. So again, go in the comments, click the link, learn more about working with me, more one-on-one, getting the testing done, really finding the exact reason why your system is off, and then the right things to start going down the pathway to change it all. So you're not struggling with this again and again and again and again. Yeah. All right, that's what I got for you guys tonight. Please let me know if you have any questions on this, because this is a more in-depth thing, and if this is something you've been struggling with, it can be the most frustrating thing you've dealt with. I have more info in my book, The Female Fat Solution. This is on Amazon. Lots of great content in here as well. And then my podcast is called The Female Health Solution. And my YouTube channel is called Dr. Beth Westy. Tons of videos there for you to dive into to do more research. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Please let me know if you need anything else. Again, I'm here as a resource for you. Once you understand more of how your body functions or some of these things that you may be experiencing, it's not you. You're not crazy, right? There's something going on in your system, and it's like finding the right puzzle pieces. If you're only looking at like 5 pieces of this 100-piece puzzle, right? You can't see the whole picture. Once we get the whole picture and get all the puzzle pieces, we can fit everything together so your body functions better, you feel better, and you finally get the right results. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Please share this with somebody who needs this message. Otherwise, I will see you later.